Hey everybody, it's Mr. Kurtzinger, and I am coming to you today from our art classroom at Gene McClung Middle School. If you have elected to return to in-person learning at the school, you will be coming here to this classroom. So I'm here today getting things set up for folks who are coming back, and I will be talking about a little drawing practice that we will be doing just as we normally do on Tuesdays. So although what you see behind me has changed, what I expect and what we'll be doing today will remain the same. So let me review what we talked about yesterday, and that is the element of value. Value is one of the elements of art. Again, one of those tools in our artist toolkit that we can use for our artwork. And when we talk about value, as I mentioned, we talk about the lightness or darkness of a color. Now, when we think about adding shading or value to a drawing or a painting, we want to have some sort of plan in place so we can make it look accurate or realistic. And usually that plan is something that's called a value scale. A value scale is a tool that we can make that experiments with all the different ranges of dark to light and everything in between so that we know what we're working with before we add shading to a drawing. Let me show you what that looks like and how to make it. Okay, let's make a value scale. For this activity, all you're going to need is a paper and a pencil. And I'm going to go ahead and write value scale. I think it helps to have your paper going long ways across horizontally so that we can see a full range of value and have a lot of space to work with. And you might also want to use a ruler if you would like some help drawing straight lines or if you need some help measuring out some space in between each scale. So let me show you how to begin. We are going to make a line going all the way across most of the paper and then another one about that far apart, and close it off on both sides to make a rectangle. Now, you'll notice that using my ruler, I have about 9 inches here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a mark on every one of those inches to start to make some boxes. Okay, so now I have about 9 different boxes here, and that's a good number to start with. There should be at least 8, no more than 10. So 8, 9, or 10 is a good number that you can use on your own value scale. And I'm going to number them. And I'm also going to label them. Now, number 1 right here, I want to label that the lightest. And number 9 right here is going to be the darkest. Now, when we talk about different values, the lightest is going to be no value at all or no shading at all. So I'm going to actually just leave that blank. Now, number 9 is going to be the darkest. That's going to be the most value, the heaviest, and the most shading that I can possibly add. So let's start with this one. And I'm going to use my pencil and I'm just going to press down as hard as I can and fill up that whole entire box to make it super, super dark as this pencil will allow me to go. Okay, pretty dark. Now, I've got my lightest and my darkest, but I still need to fill in everything in between. So I'm just going to slowly ease up on the pressure. I'm going to work from darkest to lightest, and I'm going to make number 8 pretty dark, almost as dark as number 9, but not quite. Let's try number 7, just a little bit lighter. And I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of them in. All right, so here we have a whole range of grays in between my lightest and darkest value. Now it's important as you go and make your own version that it's important to see some differences between each one. Okay, we've got our value scale here, but what are some other ways that we can add value or shading to a drawing? Let's play around with this. I'm going to make another few lines to create another value scale template. And I've shared with you in our assignment some different examples of different ways that you can add shading or value. There's hatching, there's cross hatching, there's stippling, and there's scribbles, and all sorts of different ways. And now for your next value scale, I want you to choose one of those other examples and experiment on your own. So I'm going to choose to draw another value scale using hatching. And again, here we have the lightest and the darkest. And let's start with the darkest again. If I'm doing hatching, I'm just making short lines that all go in one direction. And as I go down the scale, I want to ease up and make less and less lines to achieve a lighter and lighter value. Okay, so now I have my hatching value scale and my normal value scale. For this assignment, I would like you to do the normal value scale and any extra value scale of your choice using the examples provided in the assignment. All right, now that I have a couple value scales, I have a helpful tool that will help me out when I want to do a drawing that requires me to do some shading. So again, I would like to see two of your own value scales, one normal one, like the first one that I demonstrated, and one using any type of other technique that you have seen in our assignment. So once you are all done drawing, you may take a picture and upload it to our assignment. I look forward to seeing what you guys have. If you have a question, leave a comment in our comments or join our Google Meet open office hours at 2 o'clock. All right, thanks. Take care. We'll see you.